Welcome back to Topscape. Today we bring you 4 of some of the most chilling stories on the internet. We hope you enjoy. If you find this content enjoyable, be sure to leave a like and hit subscribe, or leave a comment for stories we should cover next. Let us begin with story number 1.
36,400,000. That is the expected number of intelligent civilizations in our galaxy, according to Drake's famous equation. For the last 78 years, we have been broadcasting everything about us, our radio, our television, our history, our greatest discoveries, to the rest of the galaxy. We had been shouting our existence at the top of our lungs to the rest of the universe, wondering if we were alone. 36 million civilizations, yet in almost a century of listening, we hadn't heard a thing. We were alone. That was until about 5 minutes ago. The transmission came on every transcendental multiple of hydrogen's frequency that we were listening to. Transcendental harmonics, things like hydrogen's frequency times pi, don't appear in nature, so I knew it had to be artificial. The signal pulsed on and off very quickly with incredibly uniform amplitudes. My initial reaction was that this was some sort of binary transmission. I measured 1679 pulses in the 1 minute that the transmission was active. After that, the silence resumed. The numbers didn't make any sense at first. They just seemed to be a random jumble of noise. But the pulses were so perfectly uniform, and on a frequency that was always so silent. They had to come from an artificial source. I looked over the transmission again, and my heart skipped a beat. 1679. That was the exact length of the Arecibo message sent out 40 years ago. I excitedly started arranging the bits in the original 73 rectangle. I didn't get more than halfway through before my hopes were confirmed. This was the exact same message. The numbers in binary from 1 to 10. The atomic numbers of the elements that make up life. The formulas for our DNA nucleotides. Someone had been listening to us and wanted us to know they were there. Then it came to me. This original message was transmitted only 40 years ago. This means that life must be at most 20 light years away. A civilization within talking distance. This would revolutionize every field I have ever worked in. Astrophysics, astrobiology, astrophysics, astrobiology, astro. The signal is beeping again. This time, it is slow. Deliberate even. It lasts just under 5 minutes with a new bit coming in once per second. Though the computers are of course recording it, I start writing them down. 01010100. I knew immediately this wasn't the same message as before. My mind races through the possibilities of what this could be. The transmission ends having transmitted 248 bits. Surely this is too small for a meaningful message. What great message to another civilization can you possibly send with only 248 bits of information? On a computer, the only files that small would be limited to text. Was it possible? Were they really sending a message to us in our own language? Come to think of it, it's not that out of the question. We have been transmitting pretty much every language on Earth for the last 70 years. I begin to decipher with the first encoding scheme I could think of, a C. 010101000, that's B 01100101001E. As I finish piecing together the message, my stomach sinks like an anchor. The words before me answer everything. Be quiet or they will hear you.
I still don't remember why I had woken up in the middle of the night. But when I did, I saw her there. She was standing in the doorway of the closet. Her head looked swollen and plumpy. Her small, black, beady eyes sent shivers all over my body. She kept cocking her head side to side. I thought it was someone wearing a mask, but then I noticed that she was blinking at me. She just stood there in the dark. My wife was sleeping downstairs and my son was in his room, in a lost void of video games. The fear that had taken over my body didn't allow me to move. I couldn't move. Oh dear God. She kept cocking her head like how a bird would. She then lifted her hands up, facing my direction. She then started to wiggle her fingers. With black hair and dark, beady eyes, she then started to smile. The woman is smiling at me. I checked my phone and it says 2. 9, I had just finished cleaning the bathroom upstairs and was about to go into my room when I remembered my dog went out of my room and downstairs when I was going to clean the bathroom at 1. 26, I looked down the stairs and called his name. Quiet. I took a few steps down and called his name again. Nothing. I thought thinking he just wanted to sleep downstairs tonight, which was abnormal, as ever since he was a baby he would sleep in my room. I shrugged it off as he was an old dog and could have just wanted a night away from me. While walking up the stairs, I heard a jingling noise from downstairs, followed by a dog yelp, as if someone stepped on his tail. As I turned around to face the stairs, I felt a rush of air pass by me. I turned on my phone's flashlight and walked down the stairs, shining it looking for my dog. I heard another jingling sound, but this time upstairs. I guessed my dog ran past me while I was turning around and I had just missed him. But when I walked back up and looked in my room and saw my dog on my bed, it just looked wrong. It had this human-like smile and was just staring at me from the bed. I felt nauseated and needed to use the restroom, so I shut my bedroom door with my dog still staring at me while laying on my bed. I went to the restroom, closed the door, and did my business. After washing my hands, I decided I wanted a pre-bedtime snack. I hit the bottom of the stairs when my dog ran in front of me like he usually does when we come downstairs. I walked to the kitchen to look for my after-midnight snack. I'm looking in the fridge when I see something in the corner of my eye. It's my dog. He is staring at me with the same human smile he had before. I call his name to come here, but he just keeps staring and smiling. Then I remembered I closed the bedroom door behind me before going to the bathroom. Right? I swear I did. Did I? His smile is so creepy. How did he open the door? I feel uneasy. Is that my dog? After 28 lonely years, I finally got a girlfriend. I'm not surprised it took that long. I'm a bit of a neat freak. Well, I'm compulsive. I go through Clorox bleach wipes faster than toilet paper. She even moved in with me. When I give her the tour, she can't believe how immaculate everything is. It's impressive, she says. Which feels good. It makes me feel less crazy. She isn't bothered by all the hand sanitizer and wiping down doorknobs. It makes me love her even more. I come home from work, and I see it. A shoe-shaped stain. Right on the tiles in the door entrance. Maybe mud? It's like nails on a chalkboard. Like a kick in the nuts. Disgusting. I quickly get my cleaning caddy. As I'm on all fours spraying harsh chemicals and scrubbing, I can't help but think these shoe prints look like blood. It's too red to be mud. Once the floor is spotless, I find my girlfriend in the living room. She's clearly been crying. I ask what's wrong. It's her ex-boyfriend, she tells me. She used to live with him and his dad. They dealt drugs together. She tells me her ex-boyfriend was unhinged. 1 second showering her with affection. The next hitting her, calling her a stupid bitch. The father abused her too. Did unspeakable things to her. After she escaped the relationship, her ex threatened to end her. Got word to all her friends. It's the reason she's always looking over her shoulder. If she ever sees him, she'll end him. She knows exactly how she'd do it. Well, she goes on, her ex-boyfriend's dad has been murdered, and he somehow got her phone number and thinks she did it. Which is crazy. It was probably a drug deal gone wrong. I make a great effort to console her, hold her. I remind her she's safe here. We'll get her a new phone tomorrow after work. I come home from work, and I see it. This one is in the kitchen. A pool of blood. My girlfriend is nowhere to be found. She left her phone. He must have found her, I think. And she must have killed him. Hell, she's smart enough. Maybe she even invited him over here and killed him. I get out my caddy and get to work. Bleach and blood mixing like paint on a palette. When I'm done, there isn't a drop. Spotless. There's a knock on the door. It's the police. They won't tell me what's going on, but I let them take a look around. I make sure to say nothing to them. They leave satisfied, but I wonder who called them. I wait for my girlfriend to come home, but she doesn't. A day goes by, then 2. Her phone gets a text message. Thanks for cleaning up. She made a mess. I don't mention at all that I saw the blood on the floor.